Trump as a white man was elected despite being the most divisive, corrupt, immature, lying, manipulative, deceitful, treasonous.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. We've got a pretty good one today, but just before we get started, real quick, just want to remind everybody that we do have authentic Idle Hands merch at the store. So if you can, if you're able, I know the economy is not the best right now, but it would mean a lot to pick up a shirt, pick up a mug, just peruse and see if anything catches your eye. And it would help the channel keep making this content. All right. So today's show is a pretty good one, and let's just get right into it, okay? Let's go for 10,000 subscribers. Let's do it. The Democrats have not had a good week since President Trump gave his joint congressional speech, and they have pretty much dug themselves into a hole. Some would call maybe a pit. And Jesse Waters is talking about how they can, the Democrats can maybe get out of this pit, or what they might be able to do to stabilize themselves a little bit. Check it out.
Conscious, a Fox News contributor, and Dan Turrentine's a former Democrat advisor and co-host of the morning meeting. Dan, what's with all the singing and the music playing?
Jesse, it's embarrassing. I mean, I guess fake it till you make it. I mean, I think a lot of them right now have kind of lost their minds. They're trying to kind of out-Trump Trump. They're not being who they are, right? Trump is an authentic street fighter. Like, it comes natural to him to do the taunts, to try to get in people's heads. We need to go back to just like the basics here. I mean, we need to, first off, there was just an election. The voters approved of his character and conduct. And remember, it was his policies that got him elected, right? The main things are the big things. And we need to get off of the juvenile taunts, the videos, the F-bombs, thinking that's going to appeal to voters, and talk to them and meet them where they are. As the guest just said here a second ago, like the economy right now, we've got some things to talk about on tariffs, on Doge. We need to be focused on the main things and not this silly stuff about, videos and canes.
Joe said the Democrats have lost their minds. I can't tell if that's a figure of speech or he actually thinks they've lost their minds. They might have.
It may be literal at this point. There should be a rule for Democrats going forward. 3 words. No more singing.
No more singing.
Right? This ain't 1968 anymore. And the problem is, and Dan would probably agree with this, they've seeded the common sense block of voters. And that is a massive amount of voters, not just Republicans, independents. That could be a lot of blue dog Democrats as well. And when we hear about a mental health crisis in this country, just watch those videos. And that is Exhibit A here. And the question is, who are Democrats trying to appeal to when we see the Street Fighter video or 23 lawmakers all at once saying the same thing at the same time, trying to be authentic while sounding like robots? They more sound like sophomores with a TikTok account at this point. So I think the problem is there is no leader at this point, Jesse. Hakeem Jeffries clearly is not Nancy Pelosi, to your point earlier, where he says during the joint session of Congress, Donald Trump's speech, please do not act up. Show some decorum, and they all say, screw you, we're going to go ahead and do what we want to do anyway. Without a leader, there's no message, and that's the problem now at this point. They think the problem is messaging when it's really ideology and it's worldview. They're on the wrong side of every 80-20 issue, and that's why they've seeded that middle that they may not be able to get back for some time.
So if 80% of the country, Dan, doesn't want boys playing in girls' sports, but 100% of D.C. Democrats do, why is that?
Well, look, I think we're going to see here with Gavin Newsom. I think Gavin Newsom came out and said it. And the big question now is, how does he handle the attacks that are going to come in, right? What do members of Congress say? I think there are quite a few members of Congress that agree with Gavin Newsom, that would like to move past these issues. To your point, arguing on cultural issues right now is not going to get us out of the wilderness. We really need to focus on the bread and butter issues. Trump got elected on the economy and on inflation. And as I said before, there are signs that voters are beginning to get anxious, that they have questions, that they would like to see more from him. And so we have issues to talk about. We have to come up with a platform, not just criticize and hold Trump accountable. But I think you will see that hopefully soon. And hopefully this was the kind of bottom this week of the barrel.
You know, they can make hay out of the tariff game, but I believe the Teamsters just came out and said, it's about damn time someone stood up. We're supporting these tariffs. That can't play within Democrat politics because they're supposed to be the union party.
And remember, during the 2024 campaign in October, the Teamsters came out and would not endorse Kamala Harris. Then we saw internal polling showing Donald Trump being down by 10 to Joe Biden among the Teamsters to up 30. So he's appealing to those folks because they get it at this point. Democrats need to take the 1994 playbook from Bill Clinton, who was street smart, pre-Monica, right? Bad at unforced error, blue dress, the whole thing. But in 1994, he takes a shellacking in the midterms.
Right.
And Newt Gingrich is now the new House Speaker, Republican. He could have gone far to the left, more far to the left, or go to the center. And he said, you know what? I want to get reelected in 96. I'm going to work on welfare reform and balanced budget amendments. And he won easily in 96. Democrats now, Jesse, they're going in the opposite direction.
Pull a Bubba is what you're recommending.
Pull a Bubba, go to the center. Don't go to the left, and they're doing that.
We're getting some new sound. I guess this is Carville. They call him the Raging Cajun. He took us behind the scenes, what it was like after Biden face planted at that first debate and what the donors were saying. Listen to this.
Speaker Pelosi and Leader Schumer, they went to the White House. You know, their message, like you would expect, was not particularly well received. But it was clear after that debate. I was in a room with 60 Democratic donors that morning, and it was just brutal. And you could see that they, and I said, just call and say, no mas, no more money. That's it. So you do something different, we're not going to fund this disaster. And I think, had a part in it. I did play a role in that.
So they just pulled the plug on the cash, Dan. That's what really happened.
I think Nancy Pelosi tried to basically dissemble the campaign piece by piece, and donors were one of the levers that she had to pull. The George Clooney op-ed was a shot across the bow. Jeffrey Katzenberg, who was the chair of the campaign, she did it right to Hollywood, the base of his support. It's true. The party, Nancy tried it the kind of easy way behind closed doors. When he resisted, she went public kind of piece by piece and took the campaign apart.
And now the people that had, I guess, the most blood on their hands, Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi, nowhere to be found.
Chuck Schumer.
They've just disappeared. I mean, they've literally disappeared from the scene. Where is Nancy?
Where is Nancy? She was at the joint session address, but she didn't really look like she wanted to be there at that point, Jesse.
No.
What bothers me about the argument about the debate is that it was like a surprise. Like, boy, we had no idea Joe Biden was in this state. We've been talking about that on this network since the 2020 campaign. So the fact that Democrats were surprised and, oh, my God, we got to pull the plug, they should have pulled the plug well before he even announced that he was running.
They got caught. That's what happened.
Exactly.
All right, Dan, you survived. We weren't that bad.
For now.
Well done. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Joe.
Thank you.
Vance Jones pretty much sums it up when he says, we're screwed. A little bit of honesty, a little bit of self-reflection for once by the Democrats. Check it out.
We're screwed. I mean, we don't know. No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. The Democratic Party is going through a massive set of internal crises. You have a party that got trapped.
Since the Democrats have absolutely no message right now, and they're acting like petulant little children, trying to find some kind of identity to connect with the average person, they're resorting to, being foul-mouthed and swearing like sailors. Drunken, that is. No offense to sailors, but check it out.
That ain't true.
It's total absolute. Somebody slap me and wake me the up.
Elon Musk and his hackers don't know
to think that Elon Musk or Donald Trump give a about our public schools.
Trump! I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump!
Hakeem Jeffries has this notion, this idea that the Democrats have the Republicans on the run? All right, I don't know. I think he's completely wrong, but let's see what he has to say.
We have the Republicans on the run on three core issues: They are on the run in terms of the economy, in terms of healthcare, particularly as it relates to Medicaid. And we have them on the run with respect to the GOP tax scam. We have them on the run. And we're going to keep our foot on the gas pedal.
President Trump gave an interview which he said that he thinks the Democrats, there's something fundamentally wrong with them, and that nobody wants to hear their quote-unquote stupid ideas. Take a listen.
There's something wrong with them. It's just something, I can't even believe it. The Democrats were having their little signs up, their little signs, their little tiny signs. And I said, it's unbelievable. They don't get it. They don't get it now. And I think they're going to end up being a minor party if they keep going like this, because people don't want to hear about these stupid ideas that they have.
Oh, Canada, you can't dictate respect from the pulpit. It's something that it's kind of got to be earned. And I don't know if you're there just yet, but the Prime Minister is talking tough. The new one, that is.
The Canadian government has rightly retaliated and is rightly retaliating with our own tariffs that will have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact here in Canada. And my government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect.
Was it just me, or did I hear the new Prime Minister say, my government? Sounds kind of like a dictator or something to me. I don't know, Canada. You're not starting off very well. Let's see what other people have to say. Respect isn't given, it's earned. Yeah. And sure as shit won't be given if you're crying like a little bitch on TV for it. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, come on. Come on, Prime Minister. What are you doing? Who else missed the Canadian election? Yeah, like I said, I think I did. I don't remember watching it. Not that I would. So tariffs don't work, but we'll use tariffs to get what we want. I must have missed something. Yeah, maybe. Respect is earned. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. In order to be respected, you must first be someone worthy of respect. Oh, wise words. Wise words, Michael. We'll respect you when you stop buying your milk in bags. What? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that is all about, but if you're buying bags and milk or milk in bags, yeah, something's wrong there. That needs to be changed. All right. There seems to be an unsettling and growing trend on TikTok of these crazy, whacked out libs that are fantasizing about, Trump's demise. They're not straight out calling for it, at least not some of them. But check out this guy who seems to have nothing to lose. So I think maybe the FBI needs to go take a visit to his home. All right, check it out.
It's looking like I might have to take one for the team, y'all. Everybody's been asking who's gonna do it. Honestly, truly, I ain't got nothing else to lose. So what's up? Yeah, no. It wasn't me. I promise. I'm still here. See, the problem with that person didn't have the right plan. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Dan Bongino. That's not the person I want to be seeing at my front door, unless he's, invited over for cookies or dinner or something. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. Yeah, for sure. I am deeply appreciative this smart man decides to post this potentially criminal, incriminating intentions online. Makes law enforcement's job that much easier. Yes, he is a gentleman for doing that, for sure. He needs to be arrested. These people need to be made an example of. I totally agree. people need to be perp walked, and they need to actually serve some jail time. This is getting ridiculous, and I fear it's only going to get worse. This is still a felony, right? I'm not sure. I have no idea. It sounds like it would be. Let me know if anybody knows. Let me know in the comments. You guys are way smarter than I am. Okay, I can't believe these people are posting this online. Laugh all out. Yeah, well, believe it. These liberals are so mentally unstable. They are. So we're just allowing open threats like this on social media now? If this was about anyone on the left, the account would already be gone. But since it's Trump, they get a free pass. Absolute clown world. And that is the hypocrisy, the double standard that exists in media and social media and all that. So it's a shame. The European nations' immigration, I think, is lost. The battle appears to be over, and it looks like the Muslims won. I don't know. Check it out. Germany needs to change its name to something ending in Stan. Yeah, I think, instead of like Germany, maybe it needs to be called Germanistan. Oh, yeah, man, I tell you, I don't know why they seem to have just willingly given over their country to another culture like this. And I don't know. I mean, I guess, with Biden, he was trying to do that. I don't know. It's a shame. These countries need to be able to keep their cultural integrity. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes them special. I don't know. Let me know what you think. America almost did as well. If the Dems had won, the U.S. would be exactly the same. I think, yes. I think if the Dems won, we would definitely be pushed much further to what the reality is in Europe right now, which would not be good for our country because we'd lose our cultural identity. You know what I mean? All done on purpose by European leaders. This is what the Biden administration was trying to accomplish. Yes, here in America. Yeah, I don't think they had anything to do with the European immigration push, but Biden definitely was, that was his goal, I think. All those wars fought, and this is how it happens. Pathetic. It is sad. It is sad to see. Any idea where in Germany this is? I'm planning a trip there in the next year and would like to skip this town. And that's the sad reality that people are like this. They're, they want to go visit Europe. They want to go visit these different countries, but they don't want to visit the parts that have been totally taken over. It's no longer Germany. These parts have been taken over by the Muslims, and not just the Muslims, it's whoever is, coming into the country. But yeah, it's a shame that people have to do this now. The EU needs to close its borders. I agree, and so do we. The only way to save Europe, mass deportation and close the borders. But I don't think they have the will, So I don't know. America wasn't that much farther behind. Totally agree with you, Ryan. If you had any doubt, any question that these protests that we see all across the country are fake and that the people there have been paid to cry faux outrage for whatever is going on. This is proof, this next clip is proof that we're right. So check it out. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I get paid to be out here.
You get paid to be out here?
Yeah.
Amazing. So some pack.
You really are getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Definitely. 100% I'm getting paid for this.
Of course they are getting paid. Who has time to protest and make the bacon for the kitchen table? Don't get me started on eggs. Yes. Oh, man, that's funny. That's true. Soros, stop cutting checks. They aren't getting dedicated protesters these days. Yes, it's not like the good old days of the 2020s when 2020 when everything would just burn down and businesses were just completely destroyed. The good old days, I tell you. I miss them. Probably funded through USAID. Yeah, definitely. Via Soros. So, you know, I think it all ties back to Soros in some way. The man is evil. All right, smaller protests, though. So Doge is working. I think this might be sort of proof that something is happening. So I hope. I definitely hope. How embarrassing. Yes, I don't know. I mean, I guess, what kind of person protests for money? Well, I mean, I get that, you know, you need money, but I don't know. I guess it depends on how much they pay. I have no idea how much they pay, so... But still, I'd be more like this guy, just standing there. I wouldn't be freaking out and screaming at people or yelling at anybody. I would just hold my sign and get the paycheck. You know what I mean? As long as he reports it to the IRS on his returns. Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. Fake protests, real paychecks, of course. Okay, I found something real quick that was just kind of funny, but I think it's totally true. Check it out. Ladies, there's been a misunderstanding. No one finds these attractive except for ranchers and cattle. Oh, that is funny, but it is definitely part of the trifecta starter kit of big glasses, nose ring like this. Any nose ring will do, though. And, of course, colored hair. If you have all three of those, you are a crazy lib. Congratulations. All right, let's see what people have to say. I cannot wait for this trend to go away. Traditional piercings are fine, but nose, mouth, breast, etc., automatic turn off. Yeah. I'd have to be in the same boat. I think I'd have to be in the same boat on that one. This is very true. You all look ridiculous. Some do, yeah. I mean, some people pull it off, but I mean, still, it's like, just, I don't know, stick with just like normal earrings, right? So true, instant, what the F moment every time we see it. Well, I wouldn't say that, but let's just kick it down a couple notches, and I think that would be my reaction. It's just like, was that really the best choice to make? No, I don't know. But, you know, people seem to love him. So, you know, God bless. To each their own, I guess. Amen. All right. Brings freckles. Thank you. You might want to sit down for this next clip because this guy has a serious warning to all of us, you know, MAGA people and Trumpers and anybody with common sense. Check it out.
All I gotta say to you Republicans out there is just keep pushing us. See what happens when you have an entire population with nothing left to lose. I'm sure it'll turn out fine for you.
We aren't worried. Trust me. No, I don't think we are. Not too bad. It seems like most of the entire population voted for Trump. Yeah, so I don't know where this guy is coming from, but obviously he's not, you know, sitting in our timeline or something. I don't know.
Breaking news, Sir Major Page, also known as Tyree, who gained prominence as a leader of the Black Lives Matter movement Atlanta, has just been sentenced and convicted to federal prison for 42 months or 3.5 years after being found guilty with wire fraud and 3 counts of money laundering. During the height of the BLM protests in 2020, he set up a donation page for the black community but ended up taking the almost $500,000 that he raised in 3 months to buy luxury goods, food, a residence, and other lavish expenditures.
question for you, man.
Yeah.
What do you think the problem is with modern dating right now?
People want to have sex too much. Should only stick with one woman. Marry her.
What has led you to think this way?
Cause, man, dude, like, bro, having sex all the time, dude, it just doesn't work, dude. It's just a short-term deal. No one wants to be a part of a family or have a dad or a mom that slept around with a bunch of people. It's just not cool.
But I thought men were hardwired to procreate with as many women as possible.
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, it's cool. You know, you can play the game when you're younger, but, dude, when you're like 30, 40, 50 years old, if you want to raise a family, bro, like, you're already too late. You know, like if you want to actually grow a real family, have a real kids, have a great life, and have a great family, it's important that you stick with that one person, take care of them, and raise that family. You know, like when I have kids, when I get my wife, and we have a beautiful family, I want to be known as the dad that really changed everything for them and set the example for the family. Because my kids are going to act the way that I am.
But you're in Miami now. What makes you think that you'll find a woman who'll want to settle down early?
What I believe in is that the way that you are in your life determines the woman that you're going to get. So if you're around fucking around doing all a bunch of bullshit, that's the exact person you're going to meet. If you're waking up early, staying disciplined, doing fitness, keeping your shit together, not fucking a bunch of chicks, you're going to get a girl that does the exact same thing that you do. You're going to attract who you are.
All right, enough of the news. Buckle up. You're about to enter the Lib Zone.
All right, just one question. If I'm not a real man, then why is my bed on the floor?
I'll give that one to you. But that still doesn't make you a man. I'm sorry, dear. Sorry, but man, you've got two nose rings. But wow, yeah. Good point, though.
Checkmate, transphobes.
Why do you think they're getting that kind of representation? I mean, it's
so much
clearly
love.
was aggressive violence.
You suck. You suck. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not wanted. Fuck
wow.
you. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking
I don't know what to say. I guess these police officers are mostly indoctrinated as well. They're afraid of the mob.
It's just shocking that it's actually a trans woman to come up and be the aggressor. It's almost like there's a pattern there.
I think they're afraid that if they do anything to actually keep law and order, that they'll end up being on the end of this verbal abuse. So it's just cowardice from everybody all around.
People probably want to know, how do you keep your
And
composure?
he throws a tantrum.
What's that?
How do you keep your composure?
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
This is demonic.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Hey, get the fuck out. You son.
I hope he was arrested.
Oh my God. My dog.
When white folks say black people didn't earn it, we all know that's just projection. 95% of Trump's cabinet is completely incompetent, unqualified white people. In America, the good old boy network is often more the reality than merit-based hiring. This is a perfect example of why DEI exists in the first place. Because in America, obviously, inequality, discrimination, and white racism is off the fucking charts.
Oh.
And it always has been.
Oh,
These are
right.
facts, folks.
Yeah.
So when they say merit-based hiring, fuck you.
Oh,
a
boy.
perfect example.
Okay.
Obama, as a black man, had to be literally perfect in every possible fucking way imaginable to get elected. He was a highly educated lawyer, a genuine family man, literally zero scandals, experienced in government, who was a true unifier that possessed integrity, moral character, ethics, eloquence, intelligence, and carried himself with dignity, respect, and he honored the office. With Trump, there's too many amoral, inhumane things to list, so I just touch on a few.
Wow, this guy is so completely brainwashed. It's not even funny. I have never seen someone kiss Obama's ass so bad as this guy. Give me a break. My gosh. Okay, let's see what this lunatic has to say.
Trump as a white man was elected despite being the most divisive, corrupt, immature, lying, manipulative, deceitful, treasonous, fascist, and criminal person to ever run for the presidency. Not to mention, who is a proven sexual predator and an openly racist person.
No.
The point is this.
No.
Black folks in America need more than just merits and qualifications to get into positions in many white-run establishments.
Are you saying that black people just are too stupid to get the job? Or they're just not able to get a job on their own merits? That they need help? Is that what you're saying? Because that sounds a little racist. There are plenty of black people and other people of other skin tones or whatever that are very qualified and have no problems getting jobs. So you're absolutely retarded.
Not only do they have to be perfect, they need establishments and institutions that do not discriminate, which is why in a white supremacist nation, DEI is critical to help with equality and justice. But now the term DEI and DEI hire is being recoined as the new N-word for many far-right racists like our current administration. Important initiatives like CRT and words like woke have been distorted and demonized by far-right extremists in order to destroy racial progress and justice. These are the modern narratives of our diseased white supremacist nation. So when that racist motherfucker Trump says black and brown folks didn't earn it, he's just fucking projecting. Because he is likely the most unqualified, degenerate leader of a country in human history. Remember this. If you remember anything, remember this. There's only one reason why diversity, equity, and inclusion is being aggressively dismantled.
Yeah.
Why black history is literally being erased.
No,
and why brown and black immigrants are being rounded up. Because our government is currently leading the largest white supremacist movement since Jim Crow laws started in 1865.
Well, actually, DEI is being just taken off the table because it's racist. The whole thing is just absolutely racist. And yeah, people are being rounded up because they're here illegally. Most of them are extracurricular criminals. So yeah, give me a break. You're so stupid. You're so. Is there actually a plug somewhere in the back of your head that goes right up to the hive mind? I'm just wondering because this guy is absolutely brainwashed.
Never let their hate and inhumanity become normalized.
Man,
we must fight these racist far-right extremists at every single turn. Good luck.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Debate about this that's going on at the moment. Is it your position that trans women are women?
Well, I've said, the answer I've given to that before is that I accept that to be the case.
You're a teacher. Yes. What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Ooh.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
So,
buckle
we define
up.
gender as a set of preferences that you have.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Gender is a set of preferences we have. Woman. Woman is a social construct that we've agreed upon. Typically, we imagine.
Peasants. Shh. Let me talk. I'm trying to mansplain something you just obviously don't understand. Shh. Okay, let me go on.
Imagine womanhood as makeup or whatever. It is
makeup. What?
There is a difference between the word woman and being a biological female. Woman is a social construct that we use. Listen for a second. I'm telling you what it means. Woman woman is a social construct.
What a
We agree on
narcissist.
these set of preferences. If I
Yeah.
tell you that I'm a man, it's because I want you to know that I like these set of preferences. If I tell you I'm a woman, it's because I want you to know that I agree with these set of preferences.
Can men give birth?
Can men or can males? Because males can't.
Oh, you're so tricky.
Listen for a second. If you listen to your bio professors, you would understand there's a difference between biology and what we think
So
about.
I want to thank you for proving a great point.
What?
You are why we should eliminate the Department of Education. Thank you very much.
I wasn't born a girl. I was born a baby.
What?
A genderless gremlin. Also, people can be gender fluid and their gender
No.
can change sometimes.
No.
I always put my pronouns in the video, so it shouldn't be too confusing. Sometimes I'm a girl, sometimes I'm a guy, sometimes I'm in between, sometimes I'm none, sometimes I'm all the genders. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that I'm having fun.
Yeah, and that is, I think, the big point to this. It's all about me, me, me. This is very narcissistic, and they expect everybody else to participate in their delusion. And I'm sorry, my man. I'm assuming it's a man. You look like a man trying to transition into a woman. You've got the starter kit going on for sure. Ring, nose ring, and glasses. So congratulations. But yeah, there's only 2 genders. I'm sorry. Only 2.
How many genders are there?
Gender expression is fun. I can be whatever I want to be.
My mom just got deported. My mom just got deported.
Okay. Sorry. It's okay, man. Why was she here illegally?
It's so not fair. It's so not fair.
So why are you
She's
still
literally
here?
not a criminal. We went ahead and grabbed her backpack, stuffed it up with like all necessary items to survive. You know, sweater, jackets, socks, underwear, all shoes, things that are necessary to just be like able to live. Like, I don't know what the conditions are in Mexico right now, but hopefully Claudia Sheinbaum is working with the president.
Wait, so are you still talking about your mother? Because was that just completely fake tears? Because you call your mother Claudia? Who calls their mother by their first name? That's a bad parent sibling child relationship there. But it seems like you're like all cool now, and you're actually prepared with some sort of bag or pack or something to take with you if you got deported. So I don't know. I think this is all just fake stuff.
I really don't know, you guys. Now, I'm obviously trying to keep my peace, trying to keep my strength, my hope.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and duet this if you think Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are treasonous embarrassments to this nation, and you stand with President Zelensky and the people of Ukraine.
I don't.
If you voted for that man, you're either a fool, you are cruel, or you're a woman who doesn't love herself. Let's play it back.
You didn't.
You're either
rhyme
dumb
that
as a
last
fucking
one.
rock.
Oh boy.
You're a piece of shit.
Oh boy.
Or you're a woman who has no goddamn self-respect.
Okay.
Take your pick.
I'm not a woman.
Those are your options.
Do you know how many people still believe that Donald Trump is an excellent businessman? The man runs businesses into the ground. The man ran casinos into the ground. He's running this country into the ground. He doesn't know the first thing about doing business. He doesn't know the first thing about actually making good deals. Do you know what he does know? He knows how to lie and scam and gaslight millions of people into believing that he knows what he's doing. And many people fell for it. Folks, we are living in some very scary times that many of us could see coming a mile away. But make no mistake, Donald Trump is not a successful businessman.
I would argue against that.
No matter how desperately some people want to believe it.
We told y'all
This was never about returning it to the states. This was always about pursuing a national ban and pursuing restrictions on contraception. Well, guess what? Here the fuck we are. Indiana has HB 1169, a bill that dangerously redefines what birth control is and dictates how public health agencies can discuss contraception and family planning. This bill passed out of committee just this morning. We also have HR 722, a bill that was introduced in Congress last month that adds the unborn to the list of things needing protection under the 14th Amendment.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's horrible. Protecting unborn babies? Oh, vile. Get that horrible taste out of my mouth. Ugh. Blech. You're stupid, lady.
So many conversations I have had in the aftermath of Roe being overturned where people said I was crazy. I was being a hysterical liberal woman. Oh, stop being so hyperbolic. They're never going to do that. Huh. They're doing it.
Yeah,
and I would have loved to have been proven wrong. I would have loved to be wrong, but they're doing it. And even if you're not in Indiana, you need to be paying attention to stuff like HB 1169 because it becomes a blueprint for other states to pass this kind of insane legislation.
Wow, so just that many more babies will be saved. That has to be a horrible thing, right? Liberals.
I did a much longer explainer video on HB 1169 earlier today. Go check that out and reach out to your lawmakers. Share that video. Everybody needs to know about this kind of attack on our reproductive rights.
First off, fuck Ukraine and Zelensky too. We need to focus on our own red, white, and blue.
No, first off, I thought you guys were the party that was pro-life. They literally cannot keep up with the number of casualties when it comes to this war. Tens of thousands of Ukrainian soldiers have died, and 12,500 civilians have died as well.
How is that our fault? That's not our fault at all. What are you talking about, lady?
Including 650 children. I thought you guys were totally against the killing of children.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, you stupid hypocrite. How many unborn babies are killed every year? Like, it's in the thousands. I think maybe even tens of thousands. I'm not sure, but shut up with your stupid, 650 children have been killed over the last 4 years of this war. Shut up.
And Ukrainian soldiers who are kidnapped are then raped and tortured and who knows what else. But wait, you go on to lip sync something else.
We got homeless vets over here sleeping on the streets while we sending all that money overseas.
Here, let me do things your way. Here's Fox News. Department of Veterans Affairs cutting more than 1,400 employees in another round of dismissals. That is from February 25th of 2025. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more.
Fox News in Washington, D.C. Trump may cut 80,000 VA employees. Memo reportedly says this is of yesterday, March 5th, 2025. We are still waiting with bated breath from 24 hours ago to find out what this looks like. Rumor has it there will be a massive reorganization of the Department of Veterans Affairs, which would ultimately leave veterans stranded. The VA already struggles to provide resources and benefits to veterans, and if we make a cut like this, veterans can essentially count on no services.
Okay, shut up, lady. Look, the thing that nobody is talking about, and I really wish that people would on the right would bring this fact up a little bit more, because their argument on the left is just absolutely ridiculous. President Clinton, while he was serving as president, cut, how many jobs do you think he cut in the federal government? How many? It was 337,000. 337,000. Over 250,000 people were let go from the federal government under Bill Clinton. But did anybody at that time even give a poo-hoo or whatever about it? No, there was not one complaint, nothing from these stupid liberal idiots. But now Trump's trying to cut, like, I don't know, maybe a couple 100,000 or something, which I think there needs to be a lot more. And they're like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. Everything is going to go apart. The dictator is becoming a king and blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Shut up. Just, I need to go to my place. I'm sorry, folks. I need to go to my place. Breathe in. Okay, I'm doing better. Let's keep going.
After putting their literal lives on the line.
Sometimes when a cis person asks for your pronouns, you can tell
Okay.
that what they're really thinking in their head is, you seem like one of those trans. Because they'll be like, oh, I use they, he, what about you? And they're like,
What? I'm sorry, I'm normal. I don't use pronouns, and I never have, so be quiet.
Trump had the opportunity to do all of this stuff before and didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he took away rights, but, you know, he didn't really fix the border. He didn't take care of immigration like, you know, he promised he would.
Well, give him a chance.
40-year low of illegal crossings under his administration. That was actually one of his accomplishments. Would
But
you disagree?
It's lower now than it was then. So,
No.
I mean, I don't think that he was.
It's lower now than it was then. You're saying under this administration it was lower. This administration has allowed the most illegal immigrants in the country in the history of the United States.
Like 180,000 a day or something like that, or a month. I think it was a month, 180,000 a month. I don't know. It was an insane amount under Biden. And under Trump so far, in less than 2 months, it's down like 94%, 96%, something like that. It's incredibly good now. But this is obviously is an old clip, but still relevant.
A lot of people disagree. I'm not.
Those are Biden administration's own figures.
And I'm not familiar with the figures. All I know is...
Of course you're not.
I'm married to a political science guy who says that things are in many ways better now. I don't feel...
illegal immigration or just in general?
In general.
Oh.
In general.
Well, we would love to talk to your husband about this because I would, that's very interesting, that perspective.
Yeah.
Because it seems as though a lot of people were pushing that, right?
Yeah.
And like you just mentioned earlier in the conversation, it seems as though the American people didn't agree with that.
That is absolutely
And that means everything.
Yeah.
You know, so if they're feeling it at home, it's difficult to tell them it's actually great.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not feeling that.
Anybody with any intelligence knew the country was going in a very negative direction very fast. We were accumulating debts at an astronomical rate.
Yeah, about $1 trillion per 100 days.
Yeah, we need to stop that because you can't continue to run up debt.
And, you know, most of America spoke for what was needed. We went through basically a depression for the last 4 years.
So Donald Trump said no more unelected bureaucrats, but Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, is an unelected bureaucrat running Doge.
Shut up.
Got it.
It's time for Dave's Detox. The dog is honking the horn?
Can you?
It's like, come on, buddy, let's go. I gotta pee. That's funny.
Don't do that. I'll be right back.
Aw. Aw, what a cute little kitty. Aw. Who doesn't love a kitten? Aw. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yikes. Does not like the camera. Oh, cute bulldog.
Oh, she's fighting me. This is my baby. This is my baby. It's my baby, not your baby. No, it's not.
I think that's the mother's baby. Oh gosh. Why do you have baby skunks in the house? Oh, jeez. Oh, geez. Let's try that one more time. Nope. There we go. Yeah, good job, buddies. Oh no, what are they?
Oh my gosh.
They're drinking chocolate milk? What? That can't be healthy. Aww. Oh, it's like a slinky cat. Aww. Can't get mad at that face. That was a good detox. I certainly enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. If you liked this episode, if you liked anything about it, please subscribe, like, please share the video with anybody you think might enjoy what we do here at Idle Hands. And until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.